Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Welcome back. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. If you're new, please pass it around to all your friends and family. And let's have a great show tonight. And a lot has happened over the last couple of days. At some point, there was a lot of stuff going on over social media regarding the rice deal. It was in no doubt, mate. It was no doubt. You know what I mean? We knew it was going to happen, and gladly today, it looks like we've got this over the line, along with the old timber as well. So we are going to be talking all things transfer and looking at all the other clubs involved: Man U, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, the lot. But so please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. As I said, if you're new. And let's crack on with this show. Let me bring on Mr. Big D. And hopefully Ez will be joining us. How you doing, brother? You right?
Yeah, not bad, matey. Not bad.
Good. And how's the week been?
The week has been a busy one as normal, but also a bit of a tiring one. You know, Sheena's still not 100%, so there's just been a lot of backward and forwards with the hospital and stuff like that. But but man, we get in there.
You're getting there. We're getting there. That's the
bro.
Thing.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. But but other than that, you're doing okay.
Mate. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to hear. And a lot to talk about on the show. Hopefully, Ez will be joining us, the Chelsea man. He hasn't said he wasn't going to be on the show. Kofi is out on travel vlogging across Europe. I was speaking to him on Sunday, and he's doing a bit of a little travel vlog. So it'd be interesting to hear how that went when he comes back. I think he was going through Amsterdam, a couple of other European countries. I think he was driving as well. So we'll see how that all goes when he comes back. And JP can't be with us tonight. Work commitments and such delights. So but other than that, we got a lot to get through. A lot has happened over the last couple of days since we spoke last week. And some movement on your side, Big D. At last, you've got somebody over the line. We will talk about that. But before we go into that, let's just kind of just let you know what's going to be on the menu tonight. And first of all, here we go. For Rich Romano words, the rice is finally cooked, man. Here we go. The rice is finally cooked. And the pool smoke screen rebuild, will they challenge City? And I suppose, top four as well. Big up to Giza. How you doing, bro? I hope everything went well today. I was out with you working today.
Yes,
I hope everything went well today, mate. Also, we want to look at this one. This is a bit baffling, and I was a little bit perturbed by this. How is it that if this is true, Kai's high wages, what is Arsenal playing at? If this is true, Kai's high wages, what is Arsenal playing at? And according to Paul Merson, why would Kane go to Bayern and win titles if he can beat Shearer's goal scoring record? We'll go into that as well and get your thoughts on that, people. You know what I mean? So I know Paul Merson has been having a go. Oh, he's mad. Yeah, mate. We was out there grafting today, mate. We was out there grafting today, we got the job done. Paul Merson obviously having his say concerning Harry Kane, and not only Harry Kane, he's been having a little pop at Chelsea with regards to their sales. I
saw that today, man.
So we're going to delve into that a little bit, and also Mason coming to you guys, and wearing that number 7 shirt. Eric Cantona, bro. I mean, look, some people would say, number, it's just a number, but at the end of the day, mate, is he fit? I suppose the question is, first of all, let me ask you the question. I mean, is he the person that you wanted? You ended up paying, eventually we'll end up paying 60 mil. Big up to Craig, what he's saying. Arsenal will pay the initial 100 million over 2 years.
Yes,
I don't understand why we have the money to pay it off straight away, which is true. We are loaded. Arsenal are loaded, but we will go into that. Craig, we're looking at paying this deal over 2 years, 3 payments, and the last payment of 5 mil add-ons. This is what was holding up this deal, the pay structure. And at one time on social media, people were saying that, I think it was coming from a lot of the West Ham fans, that the deal had fell through and both parties were going to walk away, when that wasn't the case. But we will get into that. You know what I mean?
But I mean, yes, Craig, big yourself up, but no, you have to look at it, right? Like if Arsenal are looking to do more than one deal, which is the case, you just can't shell 100 mil to one club. It's just not feasible. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make more than 2 signings if you do that. So I totally get the whole pay structure. I think every club does it now. Very rarely do clubs just say, right, well, here's your first. It is 100 million, and then we'll figure out your
does that also apply to like buyout clause as well? Because once you trigger the buyout clause, is it a case that you have to pay the money all up front? Because I know when we went for Thomas Partey, it was the 45 mil up front. That's what they wanted, because that's what the buyout clause. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think when you do trigger the clauses, this is where the team selling can say, well, you've met his release clause.
Big up Chile, man. You say?
Yeah, Chile, you soft lad. What's going on, bro? Come true, man. You need to come.
He's got the link, so Oh, listen. First of all, no. Before we go any further, and Chile, you should at least come and show your face. Because I want to wish you a belated happy 50th birthday, mate. And
man.
The chat, let's big up Chile.
You old geezer.
50 last week. An old boy now is joined the club. Not only that, I don't know, Chile. If you had a little thing that happened on Saturday, so you can tell me a little bit about that. I did cotton onto it, so yeah, bro, it is what it is. But happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday to you, and I hope you didn't drink too much on your birthday. And mate, and hopefully Tottenham will be bringing you some lovely presents. You know what I mean? A couple of signings there, a couple of free signings. Another, I think you're linked with a defender. Can't remember his name, is Victor something. I can't remember. 30 mil. Where's the club is from? I can't remember the club is from. I've got it down here, but yeah, he's Tottenham are looking at that, and they've obviously signed Solomon. He originally was with Shakhtar Donetsk, was on loan to Fulham, and now he's gone on a free. They've let him go, and he's now Solomon. I think it's Solomon. Is it Solomon? His name is. I can't remember his name. Chile. Remind me of his name. He looks like he's going to Spurs. So Spurs have been quite busy in the transfer window, but I think they still need to do a little bit more, especially concerning their defenders. That's that Wolves were Van de Van, whatever his name is. What's the guy that you got from Fulham? So, is it Solomon Manon or something like that? I can't remember his name. Yeah, I know it's Solomon something. Yeah, my old brain. When we get to this age, now you don't remember a lot. But yeah. So you were saying?
Yeah, the whole structure payment, it helps the clubs to balance the books as well. So if they're doing multiple transfers, then you just can't do the lump sums. Even if you say we got the money, even if we say we got the money, like that's not the way they're going to do business. It's a kind of Peter pay Paul. Plus, like I was saying, if you trigger a release clause, that's when they normally say, okay, his release clause is 50 mil, and if you say right, we're going to trigger it, then they want their 50 mil, which is fair enough. But if you pay a high fee like what our clubs tend to do now, then the payment structures come in, and it's normally 2 or 3 years. And sometimes you're actually praying that certain things don't happen, otherwise you have to pay them add-ons. You know what I mean? If they win the Champions League or Ballon d'Or or all these crazy things, or the league in the first 2 seasons of the deal, then you got to still pay some more money. Because if Mason Mount comes to us and certain
Well, it's
things
not if
happen.
he's at you, but you know,
He's
yes.
gonna say he's here. So
You kind of said that with a bit of, you know, you kind of with some reverse
no,
or
I'll tell you where
reserved
that
feelings there.
reverse psychology in my head, because it feels like we've got two Bruno Fernandezes now. That's what I feel in my head.
Okay,
They're both number 8s now, and I just think
right.
for what we needed to do, that should have been the first signing. But hey,
Right.
I'm not, you know, and
But
you know what?
Ten Hag wanted him.
And the thing is now, a lot of Man United channels are kind of saying, is Ten Hag on fraud watch here? What's going on? You know, because we can't defend them and say he's operating with one arm beyond his back when we need a goalkeeper and a striker, and your first signing is Mason Mount when you say the budget is tight. That makes no sense. Like, what are you doing, brethren?
Yeah.
Because we actually have no number one goalkeeper, as you know.
Well,
You know
that's the other thing. That's the other thing as well, which is a bit crazy. What's going on there? Because you've got De Gea now, who's basically a free agent because his contract's come to an end. Man United are saying to him, "Look, we need to be looking at this Onana thing." You know, I think you're putting in an official bid.
Yeah,
today,
39 million today.
39 million, but I think they want closer to 43.
Yes, no. No, they said they want 60 million euros.
Right.
So that's going to be around. That's around 50.
All right. I must have read something else. I saw something.
Well,
£43 million.
Well, I think 43 is decent. If you say 40 with 5 million add-ons, depending on what everyone does the add-ons now. But I think 50 mil. I don't know. I think if you go 50 mil, then you're going with an assurance that you have no doubts in your mind that this is your guy. And the mere fact that the performances leading to the end of the season had 10, because I'll tell you now, make no mistake, Ten Hag ripped that De Gea contract up. You know what I mean? Because he signed it and went away thinking, I'm nice. And they never signed it. So I think what went on towards the last 5-6 weeks of the season, I think Ten Hag in his mind has said, nah, man, I'm not paying this guy $375 a week to be making these mistakes, because you're the highest paid goalkeeper in the world on that money. You know what I mean? Unless you go to the Saudis now, and the Saudis put that kind of money in a goalkeeper. But he was currently on $375 a week. Well, no, they took a 25% pay cut when we didn't qualify for Champions League. We played in Europa. So okay, just say he's on $350 a week. Still the highest paid goalkeeper in the world. And we had D Henderson on loan at 120 grand a week, who's not good enough either. So for me, I'm like Robsy, he's out of contract. Sell Henderson, go full-heartedly and then you got to get a decent backup. They're saying that Butland or the other guy are not. Tom Eaton is not a good number 2. And I'm like, well, why is he there then? It's I'm saying we're doing stupid business, man. Why is your number 2 not good enough to be the number 2? There's no point then, is there? You know what I mean? You must get the kid out the academy or the kid out the under 21s and say, right, you're the new number 2. Come and train with the big boys.
So, I mean, just going back, we can talk about Mason in a little bit, but just going back to the gay situation right now. Obviously, he's a free agent. It looks like Man United want to sit down and negotiate with him, but obviously on the basis
but why?
Well, unless I suppose they deem that he's a lot better. He's a lot better than the other number 2s and number 3s or whatever it is. And if they get the Onana, they would want the Gay to be. I know he can't play the Ten Hag system, but
he's a wrong
maybe just to appease him. Which I just said you shouldn't be doing that.
He's
if you're not good enough, just be upfront and say it.
Because if you remember when Ollie had flipped the switch on him and was starting Henderson, this is when the Gay's missus went when I had the baby, because I think she wanted to have the baby in Spain, which is, you know what I mean, you can't blame her. She's Spanish, so she didn't want to have the baby here. So he went back to Spain, and then in that time, Ollie started playing Henderson because Henderson was given assurances allegedly, and then when the Gay came up, they reckoned that he rolled on Ollie and said, "No, what are you doing? No, I'm back." And then Ollie, being Ollie, just all right, David, listen, man, you're at club legend, all right. He put him back in, and then Henderson threw Teddy out the cot and started leaking stuff to the. He's one of the guys that was leaking.
I heard about that.
So
the mess that was going on then.
And so whenever one of them 2 are the number 2, all they're going to do is be leaking and being sulky around the. You don't want miserable players around the changing room, around the group. So I don't want any of them to be the number 2 if we bring Onana in. So go get Onana and look for a number 2 that hopefully is not going to break your bank and doesn't mind being that number 2. You know, because you never had that when we had Moreira there. You never had. He just got on with it. When he came in, he was solid. When he was on the bench, he supported, and that's what you want in a number 2. These 2 are not good number 2s, so both of them have to go. I wouldn't even bother sitting down with De Gea because he'll be the worst.
But it's starting again, D. We're back to this situation with Man United where you know the focus is being taken away from what you're meant to be doing in terms of going out there and getting your number 1 targets. And unfortunately, you know, again we go again another transfer window, and you're not getting your number 1 targets. You know, you need a striker, right? You're looking at that Holland guy from where's he playing? He plays in Atlanta.
Atlanta, right?
Now, right. I mean, okay, you know, they're saying he's the next Haaland. I mean, I've looked at his goals. You know, I think he scored. Is it something like 7-9 goals in that league? But he has potential because he's young. He's what? He's 19. He's 19. And I think again you're a little bit away off when it comes to the actual
price.
Again,
it's what we do going on. It's to back them forward. Okay, lowball them. They're gonna come at this. Then we come a little bit, maybe 5-6 million, and they say okay, and then we pay the price we were gonna pay in the beginning. I hate the wasting time. Just pay the whatever.
That is the problem, because every day we hear, you know, and this is all happening at the same time because not only that. You've got the sale of Manu. We heard yesterday that the sale was meant to come to an end. It's meant to go through. Nothing. Still. You know, we're here today, and that ultimately is the thing that's kind of holding up the runnings in terms of what you want to really do in terms of going out and buying those big targets. You know what I mean? Because you know Harry Kane, that's someone what you would like, but right now he's out of your depth in terms of trying to get him because of the money that you've got to spend currently.
And no one's telling us what the money is either, Norm.
Yeah.
Like no one's saying what the money is. Now, you know what I mean? Most teams, yes, Junior, most teams, you know, listen, we got 300 mil this summer. Spend it wisely. Like we're hearing nothing about, they're just saying, oh, FFP and the club's been trying to solve. But no club runs themselves in a way that there's not something in the Federal Reserve to do something while this big thing is happening. There has to be money at Old Trafford, Norm. They're lying to the fans, and for me, Ten Hag has to be into that as well. And I think a lot of, you know, I said to my brother yesterday, we need a director of football, Norm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Ten Hag.
I know last week. I know. Last week you were saying about. Maybe you should have kept Ragnick. You know what I mean?
It should have been Ralph.
But I don't know what the relationship was like between, because when Ten Hag came in, I thought that they were going to work together, and that would have probably been, you know.
I think most United fans were hoping that. Yeah. Like we never wanted Ralph to be the manager. That was a foolishness. He should have gone straight into the director of football job, and then just got a regular temping just to get us over the line. You know what I mean? Rather than put him in a position where you knew their guys weren't going to play for him, or even attempt to do the gegenpress or whatever, you know. So I look at, because Ten Hag is too stubborn for me, and he shouldn't have that much power at Old Trafford, because I think his talent ID is suspect. No, his talent ID is very suspect, and just because Everett was the first signing.
Good point here in the chat. Because he's saying if Tottenham, you know, Spurs accept a bid from Bayern, then I think this will push Man U to put in for a cheeky bid. And I see why he's got. I'll see why he's saying that, because as you said, D, Man United have got money.
There's money there, no.
So why? And I know why, but why? Why are you in this situation? Why is it that the purse strings can't be open fully? And I just don't get it.
You know, this is what I said to this is what I said yesterday. I said that if it is the Sheikhs right now, right, the Sheikhs have the money. Now, all the Sheikh has to say to the board: spend the money. I have the money. Just spend the money. This is getting done. Obviously, because of NDAs, we can't talk out the business right now. But just spend the money. Don't worry about. Just for argument's sake, 110 mil for Kane, which sounds wild. Just spend 110 mil because I've got the money. And that's what I would be saying. If I know that I've got the club and they're just being greedy and waiting to stretch it out and get all their bits and bobs.
Yeah,
I'm telling the Glazers, let the board spend the money.
It's been peddled out by all the media.
Yeah, exactly.
It's done, Rio's come out, somehow he seems to know what's going on. But anyway, the fact is, everybody seems confident that it's going to be the Qatars that are going to get it. Now, if the Qatars last week or whenever it was, they said, look, because the share prices have been going up and all of that.
Yeah,
so
that's what they're waiting for now.
As well. Yeah.
That's what they're waiting for.
So for me, if they know they've got it, the Qatars know they've got it, as you rightly say.
Yeah.
It's just almost like to say, all right, I know things can fall on its face and stuff like that. It's like, you get a house, everything is good. Go in the house now, do what you need to do. Do up the house. Don't worry. The money will come. Don't worry. We've got this all locked down. It's some little things that we need to sort out, whatever. Yeah. But it seems to be the buck seems to be stopping with the Glazers. They seem to be the one that's blocking up or bottlenecking this situation. And because they're bottlenecking it, it's proving difficult for, as you said, for Man United to conduct proper business. And not only that, as you said last week, D, you said when these mans come in, when these Qatar mans come in, they need to get rid of not the backroom staff. I'm talking about the people upstairs.
Yeah.
Because clearly this club for the last couple of I'm going back since it hasn't been run properly. Yeah, it hasn't been run properly, and I know these guys are going to come in and they're going to look at Man City's model.
And they're going to look at Liverpool as well.
Liverpool's model as well. And to a degree now, all right, Arsenal, I know we've got American owners, but we're starting to act like a big club again. We're starting to get listen, and I'm jumping all over the place. It's the 5th of July, and we potentially have spent 200 million already.
Yeah. And the thing is, yesterday, Norm, yesterday's thing, this how I know, living in America, that's how I know it wasn't real, because that's a bank holiday in America. The 4th of July is a bank holiday. So they wasn't going to, remember, we are a public limited company on the New York Stock Exchange. The stock exchange is not operating. They're on holiday. So all this hype about 4th of July because it's Independence Day. Nah, brother, nothing's happening on that day. It's their holiday. They're not trying to do no business. But what they are watching is their shares going up and saying, let them go up a little bit more before we sign this.
So you're saying the Glazers are playing this waiting game?
Yeah, I think they are, mate. Yeah, because the shares are pretty good.
My question, how far do they want these share prices to go up before they go right? Let's because at the end of the day, the time is ticking away. No. Yeah, we're now in July. Yeah, right. You're going on pre-season.
Well, this is it. I think that it's almost like I'm selling the club, but certain things are going to happen that I don't want to pay for. But I'm watching the share price go up, and I'm like, this is good. This is good. Then let it go up a little bit more. It's like, how long can we string it out to say, right, let's do it now? Because remember, they have to alert the stock exchange. We are now selling the club on this date. Because that's how they have to do business. They can't just spring it on the stock exchange. This was my thing about putting the club on the stock exchange in the first place, that when these things happen, it becomes a problem. And then you got remember what I said about 30% Class A owner shares. They said that if they sell to Jim Ratcliffe, they're going to sue them. And they'll win as well, no? They'll win that case. So they don't want to sell to Jim and get sued. So just sell to him and get your 100% sale, and everyone gets looked after. Both the Glazers get looked after, and what they call the small fish that got the 30% of Class A shares get looked after as well. So it all leans to shape. But what I'm saying, if I know that we've shook hands on it and the paperwork is there, we're going to do a big press conference and sign over the club, then I'm saying to the board, listen, give Eric his 400 million. Let him bring in that. And then I'll even be cheeky and say, I want Harry Kane. Put a 150 million bid in. That's me, the Sheikh, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm telling them, I want Harry Kane. Go get Harry for me, please. Or I want Mbappe. Go get Mbappe for me. Yeah. Or whoever, you know what I mean? He'll want a major star because their chest is high, Norm. You know what I mean? Like, when they buy something like that, they're not playing games. They're like, we are Man United now. And they'll want a marquee signing that everyone goes, no way, they never would have just bought him. And that's why, so me as a sheikh, I'm saying, it's my club, unofficially, so go spend that money. And I hate what they're doing there, because if this drags out to the end of July, then we're going to struggle to finish top 4. I'm going to say it here right now.
Yeah.
Everybody is moving around us, and we just bring in Everest. That's my name for him now, Everest. No, I've already nicknamed him. Yeah. So we bring in Everest, who is just a Bruno 2.0, and I think Bruno's GA is better because Bruno takes all the corner free kicks and penalties. So his GA is way better than Everest. So I'm like, that can't be your first signing if we're trying to keep up with you, man.
So
Liverpool.
The 2 number 8s now. How this is all going to work is what's Ten Hag going to do now? How will this sort of all pan out? And
because
in terms of his system, you know what I mean. In terms of how
a midfield of Bruno, Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount. Nah, man. I think that don't work for me. Okay, Kaz will sit and let them two, but he'll get overrun because both of them don't feel like defensive midfielders to me.
Right. So what about your creative? Because I know you said in the chat like maybe with Mount he's got legs, so legs he can do that running up and down, and maybe to a degree he is creative, but not as creative as say Eriksen. So again, who will be your creative player? I mean, if he's got 2 number 8s there, one of them has to sort of fill that number 10 role.
And that's going to lean on Bruno. But you remember when Bruno was doing all the Hollywood stuff? You're like, Bruno, what are you doing, bro? And he actually stopped that to a point. Not stopped it, but he wasn't as wild under Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag reined that in. But I just think they're too similar, Norm. And so Eriksen hasn't got the legs, and that's no disrespect to him. The man's had a lot going on in his life, in his football life, you know what I mean? And he's getting on. So, I don't know. Then you're saying your creator is going to be your 2 wide men, whether that be Rashford and Anthony or Sancho and whoever, whoever we don't get rid of or try to get rid of, because that's it. That's the whole story there. But,
You're linked with that other player, Amrabat from Florentina.
Norm, 25 mil.
How old is he?
What are we waiting for? He's 20...
29?
No, I don't think he's even that old, though.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe 27, 28, maybe. But for 25 mil, I don't know what we're sitting on our hands for, because someone else will come and get him. And we'll go, we were in for him. I don't want to hear that. Go get him.
But
because
is he another
himself in the World Cup norm? He's proved
himself. But is he another kind of? Is he more of a defensive?
He's a bit of both. He can do the Casemiro role, and he can sit in the double pivot, but be the aggressive option.
Right.
Yeah. And so for me, at that price, and I'll tell you now, Norm.
Would you have taken it? If you had a choice between Amrabat and Mount? Yeah,
I'll take Amrabat.
Right. So therefore, 25 mil. Yeah, you got 40 odd mil to maybe say, you know what, I can put that on. I can put that on Onana.
Right, and get that
because at the moment now.
Yeah, you just get them to.
You know what I mean?
It's what I call it backward transfer business. I just don't see why Mount had to be our first signing. I didn't see the urgency in that and the back and forth with Chelsea. The moment you put in the 45 or whatever it was, and they were like, all right, move on.
I think Ten Hag did want him. There was a few seasons ago when Mount was playing against his Ajax team. I can't remember what it was, if it was a friendly or whatever under 18, and Ten Hag was quite impressed with him. And I think he wanted to take him on loan from Chelsea. But for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So he's been looking at Mount for a very, very long time. So it's not a kind of case of, Chelsea flogging all their players and, you know what I mean, Mount is, one of the bargain buckets, because obviously not, because you paid nearly 60 million. Do you know what I mean? But it's something that, and as a lot of fans are saying that, listen, if Ten Hag wants him, then let him get in. Do you know what I mean? If he
Yeah,
knows what he wants, do you know what I mean?
This is where, like I said, I think a bit earlier, he's got to be reined in a little bit, Ten Hag. And this is why I said we should, as soon as the summer, as soon as the league finished, we should straight away appoint the director of football. Whether that's Edwin van der Sar, whether that's whoever. But I just think him having all the power, you're not Alex Ferguson, bro. That's not how football clubs run anymore. You know what I mean? In the Fergie days, Fergie did all that because he had the best coaches around to get on with coaching a team. He was the one that went and knocked on your door and had a cup of tea with your parents and said, right, you want to come to Man United? Now, Ten Hag ain't that guy for me. I just need you to focus on getting that team and you know, you put in your request, but this is why, like you man got Edu, like Liverpool and Arsenal, they got bad boy DOFs. We cannot run this club without a DOF, Norm. And I'm sick of saying it. It's like a scratch record. I don't want him. I don't want Ten Hag having that much power because his talent ID is poor for me. Already I'm seeing that. Like, nah, bro, you're looking a bit shady.
You're gonna have to. Yeah, they got look at Wiggles.
Right, Wiggles and Sabitzer. I mean, come on, bro. Okay, you had no money, but there were other strikers you could have gone for that were more clinical. Even the striker from the Championship is more.
Well, that's what I just didn't get it, you know, because he didn't do nothing for Burnley, and then when he went on to was it Besiktas, I think.
Yeah, he was on loan from Burnley. That's how.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's how much. What's his name? The defender, brother, the manager now, for Burnley. For his name now, ex-defender. Vincent didn't rate him like that. You remember when Vincent was asked about Ronaldo? He said, "No, I need a striker that can run." You know what I mean? He said it with not even a poker face. He was serious. No, I need a striker that can run.
Yeah.
Hence why Wenger's run and score. Now, Ronaldo can score, but he couldn't run.
Yeah.
Wenger's can run, but he can't score. They're no good to us, either of them. And that's why I tell you, his talent ID is suspect, and he's under fraud watch at the moment, Norm. I'm looking at him a little bit sideways to say, mate, I don't know what you're doing, because now I can't tell you how we're going to play next season now with what he's looking to do. Okay, if you get the sweeper goalkeeper, because I feel we're going to still be a counter-pressing team, Norm.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us counter-pressing.
Especially with Mount in there as well.
Right, it's like,
you know what I mean? Because we know when Ten Hag came to Man United, and you could see there's a clear daylight between how Ajax play and how Man United play.
Right,
Ajax is possession football.
Right,
Man United is transition or counter attack. Yeah.
So
the thing is,
when we can, and then if we don't win the ball up high, then we got to defend deep. Yeah. And then try and catch up.
And the thing is, I suppose the question is because of when Ten Hag came in, because of the madness that was going on with Man United off the field in terms of you spent pretty much the whole of last summer chasing Nigel. Yeah, that didn't happen, and then you had to end up panic buying, getting Anthony, getting Casemiro. Even though Casemiro is a good player, but he still has not got.
He was on the radar.
Players he hasn't got the players he needs who can play. So one, he needs to change the goalkeeper. That's what he wants. Yeah, because he needs a goalkeeper that can play out the back. Yeah, we know that Lisandro Martinez is very competent on the ball. Yeah, Varane is competent on the ball. Yeah, we know that. What's his name? Slabhead. Yeah, he's not comfortable on the ball. Yeah, he's too slow. And hence why the man is now fourth choice centre back. Yeah,
and he's still here, though.
And he's still here.
And a lot of people are saying he's still here because your England manager has given him assurances. That's awful. Because if I'm the England manager, I'm saying, Harry, get your agent to find you a new club, otherwise you are not coming to the Euros.
Yeah.
Or the World Cup, whatever.
But you can see because the last internationals. Yeah. Remember, the man has not hardly played for Man United, and yet he starts.
First name on the team sheet. First, him and Harry Kane. First name's on the team sheet.
Yeah.
And I'm saying because he's this is the other thing, you know, where's he gonna go and get that money? Where's he gonna go get all type of money?
Yeah.
So why would he push for a move?
Yeah. Yeah, and that is the major problem, D. That is the major problem because obviously he's not happy also with Jadon Sancho, you know what I mean? And again, his wages is going to be a stumbling block for any team wanting him, because he's going to look. What is he? What's Jaden got on his contract left? Was it 2-3 years? What has he got left on his contract?
2 or 3, no, 2 or 3.
Right. Okay. So they're going to want first of all, they're going to want decent money for him. Okay, because they spent
United. Nah, yeah, that's be a fire sale, no. If you want Jaden,
I know that, but you spent 70. What did you
75 on him?
Right. Okay, so you spent 75 on him.
And you paid him $350 a week.
He's on $350
a week.
$350 a week. He's got a 3-year contract. 2-year, 3-year, 2 or 3-year contract, whatever you want to call it.
That's close to what? That's close to 18 mil a season, norm thereabouts. 18 mil, bro.
Right. If I'm Sancho, I'm like, if you find me a club that's going to pay me my $350.
If I'm Sancho, I'm not going anywhere, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would I? And I said to my agent, chill. I'm on $350 a week. Chill. You're getting your money. We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Same as Harry.
And the thing is, and the thing about it, if they decide that, okay, listen, we want to cancel your contract, they have to pay up.
Exactly, no.
It's not like he's breaching anything. They can't. It's not like your normal job outside it where they can sack you or whatever for doing something. You know what I mean? It's a different. Obviously with the Mason Greenwood team,
and that's the only thing. If either of them ever brought the club into disrepute, they're going to right, you're fired. Because of sponsorship.
So maybe they're looking for ways to set him up. I don't know.
Maybe. You know what I mean? You see, when Harry was abroad and bribed the people to get his sister out of jail. That's when you should have cut him loose right there. You'd be like, okay, here's our chance, mate. Get rid of this guy. This guy's a liability. And we cite, what went on there is just not what the club. Remember, Harry got an interview, right, to justify his actions. You think Pogba and them man getting an interview on Sky Sports to justify their actions abroad? Nah, bro. They're going to be put on a cross and judged and crucified.
As they are, right.
Man.
So here we have it now. The situation is right. You've got Mason Mount in, 2 number 8s. We're gonna we need to know how Ten Hag is going to set up. Obviously, you need more players. You need to get rid of quite a few players.
It's mad, no.
We had a look to see what. Ideally the players that we would like to leave our club. I think you had a list of about 13, 14 players.
But did you see the thing I posted, Norm, with the players that they want to go and the price? I think that the best one was Jaden at 45 mil. That's it. Wow. We're not making no peas on these players. Well, I suppose collectively we're going to make some.
Yeah.
If you got rid of all them lot, you may make 180 million. And then you just say, okay, well, this is the money I've generated from sales. These are all surplus to requirement. Go get you a bad boy striker, because I have no problem with the young striker coming in, but he needs to be a backup to the bad boy striker. And I said last week as well, go get Ivan Toney as well. Just go do it, man. Yeah. I don't care that he ain't going to be here till. We can afford him not to be here till January. But you stick a personal trainer on him. You keep him sharp.
You spent on there 5-6 years paying
Jones. Right. So 6 months ain't nothing for me. Go get Ivan Toney. I'm saying it here on Nomski TV. What's going on podcast? Go get Ivan Toney. And I've heard a few of the other Rant said it last night. And I was in the car and I just started laughing when Rant said it. I said, man, I said this last week on Nomski TV.
Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, because I think for Arsenal, we're missing that. I mean, we're getting in some decent players, but we are missing, especially to take us to that next level, to take us within touching distance of Man City. We need to go and get a goal, poacher that can give you 25 goals plus. Do you know what I mean?
The truth saying, normally he'd probably want to stay in London, if the truth be known. So I think if Arsenal went and put a cheeky bid in, he'd be like, well, I don't have to move out, so I'm already in London. Obviously, with us, you're gonna have to come up north. So
I think the thing with Arsenal, and I think they don't like the idea of players that are going to bring the club into disrepute.
Yeah, but you got Partey. You got Partey.
Well, listen, we don't know. We allegedly, So we got to be careful what we say on the show.
Allegedly, we got Partey. Allegedly,
we got Partey. We don't know what's going on with that. Allegedly, somebody
got
arrested in North London. It could have been anybody, mate.
I know. That's a perfect segue into Jason Peters' question on our thing.
Yes. Right. So Jason posted on our chat. He went to the question he asked was is Declan Rice an upgrade on Partey? Now before we do that, it depends on what version of Rice you get. You get what I'm saying? So for me, let's just see which ones we got here. Okay. All right, so take your pick, D.
And you know the ones. Oh Lord, that's a section here, though.
Right. So listen, let's
talk about the rice and peas cooked in coconut milk, Bridget.
The rice and peas was last week, yeah, because we got a little bit happy. The rice and the peas.
You know what?
We got a selection of rice dishes here. Yeah, special fried rice. We got what's this one? Quick and easy
shrimp rice.
Best fried rice. What's this one? Authentic savory rice.
Yeah, you got Japanese fried
rice. Japanese fried rice. So there's a number of dishes. And these dishes are really making me hungry. And I'm sure I don't know what version. We've even got Uncle Ben fried rice.
Ben,
yeah?
You know that one's original.
Yeah, Uncle Ben, you know, Uncle Ben original. Yeah, Shelly rice. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
That the thing is, D. Yeah, let's now that I've given you all the rice dishes and everything, yeah. Now the thing for me, when Jace asked me that question, I was like, it's hard because is he an upgrade? First of all, let me say this: he's an upgrade on all the other midfielders we've got.
Yeah,
let me first of all say that, yeah. And not only that, my thing is, obviously, with us getting the Rice deal over the line, there's talk of Granit Xhaka leaving the club, and the good thing about that, because originally, yeah, man, your friends here, man, your friends here.
Yes, brethren, Uncle Ben.
Big up. We're gonna be talking about what's up. We're gonna be talking about your dealings and stuff when it comes to Liverpool. You guys. Using your little smoke screen, to do your little rebuild. So we'll come on to that in a bit. Yeah, we'll come on to that bit. This saga with Rice is so boring. Well, let me just say this, Jay. Big up to you, Jay.
Yes, Jay.
Jay can't talk too much, and I'm so glad, because she had a couple of teeth taken out. Yeah, man. She went to the dentist. She went to the dentist yesterday. So I'm glad because every night, man, all I can hear. I can't sleep, man. Man ain't getting sleep. Yeah. So I'm glad it's all over. Yeah. The tooth have been taken out and we're good out here. You know what I mean? But yeah, so coming back to the Rice situation and him, being a part of the club now, and it's what I would say, first of all, let me say this. Rice is not a world-class player. He's a very good player. But can turn to become a world-class player.
Yeah, can he become world-class under?
Absolutely become a world-class player. Now, Rice, in terms of, when you look at his stats, I looked at his stats and he's right up there in terms of, tackles, interceptions, do you know what I mean? Passing, I would say in terms of, he's very good at running with the ball. Very good at running with the ball. Very good dribbler. And going through the lines. Yeah. Two of them, as you can see. Yes, now, Thomas Partey. The thing about Thomas Partey, yeah. I remember when he first came to the club. When he was playing for Atletico Madrid, the man. He played. He was this kind of box to box, and I think we've always wanted a Patrick Vieira type player, and we thought that this man is going to be the man now that finally. Fills that hole, yeah. Hardly had any injuries when he played for Atletico Madrid. When he comes to Arsenal, all of a sudden,
he starts getting injured, innit?
Yeah. So during the 3 seasons that he's been with us, so I think we signed him in 2020. I think.
Okay.
I think that's when we signed him. Now the thing is, D. He's a good player. Thomas Partey. Oh, Chile's here. Big up Chile, man. Well, let's add Chile to the screen and let's just everybody.
Chile dog.
Listen, after 3, let's sing Happy Birthday. 1,
No,
2.
let's not.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
big Chili's on. Big Chili's on, man.
Big up yourself, man.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Chili, man. Thank you for joining us. And just talking about the Partey and the Rice situation. But first of all, before we do, how are you? What's life like at 50, bruv?
Yeah, cool. Knees are creaking, hair's getting grey and stuff.
Yeah, man. Welcome to that, man. Welcome to that.
Welcome to the 50 club, man. Listen, 50's. Listen, they say 50 is like the new 40, yeah? So
40.
That's what people keep telling me that. I don't know why they keep
the only
telling
thing
me
all we need to do, I know some Grecian 2000, you know? But,
man.
But yeah, I'm glad you could just come and off your holiday and just come and join us on the show, just talking about all things transfer window. And I'm sure you're really happy with what your club is doing, right? I know you need to get some more players in, especially in the defensive area. And then obviously we've got the Harry Kane situation as well. But before we kind of come onto your club, just flipping back to the Rice and Partey thing, is Rice upgrade on Partey? It's a difficult one. I'm not going to lie, it's a difficult one because there's some parts of Partey's game in terms of in passing through the lines.
Yeah.
And when he's good, he's good. That's the thing about Partey. When he's good, he's good. Yeah. But when he's bad, he's very bad. And sometimes you go ask, is this his twin brother here? Because the last part of the season, I mean, he played what 32, 33 games for us. I think he only missed 4 games. Yeah. So this season, so this season, in terms of his injury record, it hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
But what we found out is that he started to drop off. And when that happened, the team obviously was affected with that. Yeah. I would definitely say Declan has got more legs than him in terms of, you know what I mean, and stamina going up and down. And that just because Declan is much younger and Partey, as some people like to say, he's not really 30, he's 45 years old.
but if you play them together, Norm, that's right. A bit what I was saying about Casemiro. If Partey sits and lets Declan do the running, then that works for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's
win back to push up.
But not only that, and that's why I know there's this thing hanging over, you know, the head, and we don't want to go into that. But I would rather we know Granit Xhaka's going, but I would rather keep Partey, because I think if we keep Partey, because if Partey goes and Xhaka goes, then that's a downgrade, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In some senses, then if you look at it in that sense, then in the context, then you would then say I would say Partey is a better player than Rice, but they're not miles apart.
Yeah, and Rice.
I don't know if you agree with me. I don't know.
Chile no longer has.
Yeah. I don't know what your thoughts on that, Chile, in terms of the comparison between Rice and Partey. Is he an upgrade on Partey, or as Dee says, if they play together, then you know he's going to complement, you know, in the sense of, you know, Partey can sit deep and play, you know, as the pivot, and then Rice can do all the, you know, because he's very good at. He's all over. I mean, when he played against us, you know, when we was 2-0 up, and the man just come and just said, you know what, happening,
he breaks
we're walking away with a 2-2 draw here, and he did that. So I don't know what your thoughts, Chile.
I don't really care, to be honest, but no, Rice is good.
It's a football show, man. It's your opinion.
Rice is good, very good at what he does.
You know what I mean?
What he does very, very well. Do you know what I mean? But pushing him forward, I wouldn't do that. Not in a million years.
No.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe let him play box to box, kind of. But I would keep him as a number 6.
Right. Yeah. Because
look at his interceptions and his tackles, man.
I know
they are literally off the chart.
Yeah.
And you can play the 2 6s in that double pivot, which a lot of teams do. You know what I mean? Especially if they're getting overrun in midfield.
So that means that allows the likes of Odegaard, and
Martinelli
Saka
and them
to do what they. That's the whole point of having them there, so they can let those guys do what they do.
And for me, I think we will concede less goals than we did last season, because we conceded a lot. I mean, Man United. All right, you played Casemiro. Yeah. Did you play Casemiro as a lone six?
Yeah, a lot of the time we did. I felt because Bruno dropped back at the 10. So a lot of time, and then Eriksen was always getting caught in no man's land when he never had the ball. Yeah. So off the ball, Eriksen was hurting us. Yeah. And so,
but saying that though, your defensive record wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. No, that's because of Varane and Leach before he got injured. Before he got injured. Because you know the whole Golden Glove thing. You know, everyone conveniently dismisses the great defenders in front of him that bailed him out so many times. It's not just a goalkeeper that gets that Golden Glove and I got all the clean sheets. Nah, man, you're not getting clean sheets without the man's in front. Because you weren't getting a Golden Glove under Maguire and whoever else was in front of you, Lindelof, the seasons before that. So there's a level of disrespect there when it comes to the Golden Glove. And I say, that back four, even Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, them guys are decent seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there was a point at the early part of the season. I mean, before Ten Hag did come in, there was talk about Wan-Bissaka going anyway, but he stuck with him. He worked on him, and he's done a great job with it. And not only that, when Varane got injured, he moved Luke Shaw into the second. He just didn't trust Slabbin. He said, "No, man, I'll bring Luke Shaw in there."
Luke Shaw done well though when he moved.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm about to say. That I think he actually did better at times than he did at left back, because what he did, he played Delo as a right-footed left back and it worked, and I was thinking, okay. And like I say, if I'm like Harry, I'm saying, yo, I'm England international, man, and the left back is getting my role for me. That's a real. In my head, I'm saying, it's time to go. It's time to go. If I can't get in before Luke Shaw, the left back, that don't make any sense.
Yeah, but he's paid 300 and whatever grand a week.
That's what I said.
No. I mean, Harry Kane, not Harry Kane. Harry Kane, you know. Maguire, he's on 100. He's on 100 and what? 80?
Yeah. Wow.
Or is it more?
I thought it was more.
I thought it was over 200 or just about.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't forget, he came in for big money, and they really wanted him at the time.
What's it? That 80 million price tag, man. I think it warranted the wage, and don't forget as well.
If anybody knows in the chat,
he got the captain's bonus, didn't he? From Ollie. When Ollie gave him the captaincy, there was a little bit of an adjustment, allegedly, in the contract as well. So, yeah, if he's on about 220, because remember, he's still the club captain. This is the other thing. Now, in this season, do you take the armband off him?
Right. I'm just okay.
Really, he's not going anywhere. He don't want to go anywhere.
I'm just looking at some of.
Yeah. You know.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just looking.
But then he wasn't Ten Hag's captain. But then it's a bit.
Yes, but still the club captain.
Like when Gerrard done it to Mings, I thought it was bad, and
it's almost embarrassing actually.
Yeah.
You remember what I was saying? He comes on for 10 minutes and takes the captain's armband off Bruno. I'm like, nah, bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't care if I'm a club captain. The mere fact that the gaffer doesn't think I'm good enough to start. When I come on as a sub, I'm just gonna humble myself and play my role. I'm not gonna go to you, Chile, and say, yeah, give me the armband, bro. And sometimes maybe you never even asked for it. Maybe there was a he's on the pitch, just go give it him. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm like, listen, I've just come to do a job, come to shore up, so we can keep these 3 points and get on with it. The last thing I want is to take the armband and then make a mistake, and there's an equaliser when we were 2-1 up before I came on the pitch. And I just think all the things that I watched him do, I just said his ego is so big that you don't need the distraction of the armband when the gaffer says go on and shore up and let's get these 3 points. And then you go on and the first thing I see is someone putting an armband on you. Nah, man, what is that? You know what I mean? And I think sometimes he's got to be as ruthless as Pep, where Pep just said, don't like this goalkeeper. What? He's Joe Hart. Nah, I don't like him, don't fancy him, I didn't do goalkeeper. It's the first thing Pep did. when he went to Man City. And the fans were like, this is Joe Hart, mate, England international. I don't like him. He can't play how I want to play.
Yeah.
Get rid.
Manu got to stop being sentiment FC.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the difference, Chile.
Yeah.
Like where they're saying, oh, David's out of contract. He just got married. Poor David. He's unemployed. Just had a kid. Nah, that's sport. That is life, you know. And and hopefully you got this sense. All them 350s, all them 375s a week he was earning, they were catching dust somewhere rather than blowing all that money. He shouldn't be feeling the pinch now with that being out of work.
But that's why I say teams shouldn't break the bank to get these players in, man. Because you do that, and then how many times has it come on top? And you like what's up saying? You've got these players, big wages, not going anywhere. And why would they?
Yeah. And what's up saying there is exactly right. Like that big wage is stopping us from offloading him.
Okay.
And the only way he gets offloaded if he
unless you're going to pay a percentage of his wage, or you're going to give him a couple mil and say that's to pay you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so D, I've got some wage structures, wage things here online. So
go on.
I'm just looking at it for Man United. Yeah. Rafael Varane. Yeah. He's on £340,000 a week.
Jeez,
no, he came for free.
Wait.
He came for free, though, a minute. He came for free.
Huh?
He came to us for free, didn't he?
Yeah. He came for free, but you guys, listen, Rafa Varane, 340.
Wage bill.
Isn't it World Cup Varane?
World Cup Varane.
Champions League, World Cup. Yeah, man, go on.
Jadon Sancho, 350. Yeah. Casemiro, 350.
Yeah. That's over $1 million already a week of wages, right. 3 players.
3 players, yeah? Let me see. Right.
Don't forget David De Gea. That was on 375.
Yeah. David De Gea was on 375, but you said there to
I went down to 275, D.
Nah, I never signed it, did he?
Originally, he was on 3. Right.
275 for the
he did sign it, but they said, nah, bruh, we're supposed to use.
Anthony Martial, who spends most of his time on the treatment table, 250 per week.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, 240 per week.
Yep.
Mate.
These are all these. Wow.
What's Maguire, Norman?
Anthony, £200,000 per week. I'm looking for the Maguire one. I can't find the Maguire one. Marcus Rashford, £200,000 a week. Now, D, is he still pushing?
He's pushing.
That's shoot up.
He's pushing for the. I think they're offering him 350 now. 350 to stay.
I don't know if anybody in the chat can find what it is. I just went onto this thing because I really want. The reason why I went onto this site because I wanted to discuss the reason why, and this moves us nicely onto Kai Havertz. How's man, if this is true, getting £331,000 a week that will be the highest paid Arsenal player? How?
Because Arsenal will keep doing those things, innit?
No, but the thing about Arsenal, we've got rid of people off high wage bills, like the likes of Aubameyang and that.
Aubameyang, that's right.
But what is justified? How is this justified? How is this justified that Kai Havertz signs a 5-year deal and he's on 330? This is apparently 331,000. When he was with Chelsea, I think he was on about 220, something like that. The man is the highest paid, so he's overtook Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus on 260,000. Saka scored 15 goals, and I think something like 12 assists or something like. He was in double figures. So unless there's because Bukayo Saka, according to this, he's on £190,000 a week. He was the highest paid, which I think he's on more because I'm sure he's on more than that. I'm sure Saka's on more than 190,000.
No, he may not be on because you could remember he was on like
Saka was on really low wages.
He was on
but he got maybe he signed a new deal.
So I think his new deal took him to 190. If not 190, 200. I think he's on 200 grand a week now.
Yeah, but they were saying when Saka signed a new deal, I'm sure people were saying that he was the highest. He would be Arsenal's highest paid player.
Yeah, on 200 grand a week. No.
No, Jesus is on 260.
Oh.
Jesus is on 260. Yeah.
So he's got to be on 250 then, Norm.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I need to know exactly what is. According to this,
So the norm,
they're saying that Saka's on 190, but now currently, Kai Havertz is the highest paid player in the Arsenal ranks right now.
So what is Odegaard on then, Norm? This man's scoring bare goals.
Well, he's scoring, yeah, but remember when he's signed, obviously Odegaard will probably. I don't know whether Odegaard is hitting the 200 yet. I don't know, but they look.
What's Pepe on?
He will definitely be hitting the 200 after he signs his new deal. What's that, mate? What's that?
What's Pepe on? He signed for big money.
I think Pepe's on about 150, 160 a week.
Yeah. It's good
You
money,
know what I mean?
though.
So I've just got what they're doing. They're just showing like some of the highest earners in the Premier League. So it's from different clubs. So it's not like I'm looking at just purely at Arsenal.
I bet you don't see no Tottenham players on that list.
Yeah,
how much
Harry Kane
on
200,000.
200.
Harry Kane on 200,000.
Yeah. So look at all those players that are at Arsenal that are on more than Harry Kane.
And United, Chile.
Yeah, all those. Yeah.
Daniel Levy is a criminal, you know.
It's phenomenal that he's still got the guy there.
200 grand a week.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, Norm.
Yep.
I'm telling you now, it comes to Old Trafford, we're paying him a light 350 a week without even overthinking.
Jack Grealish is on 300,000. 300,000.
100 million.
Right, hold on.
What's Haaland on?
I'm going to come to you in a minute. Raheem Sterling 325.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. He's on big money,
Yeah. Hold on. I said Rafael, didn't I? Jadon Sancho, you know already. Casemiro, you know already. Mohamed Salah is on 350. We know that already.
Yeah, that's right.
He dropped off a little bit, didn't he, when he signed that? Haaland is on 375,000.
Woo! Man, like he earned his money,
watch this though. Yeah, watch this though. Kevin De Bruyne.
Go on. 400. Yeah, I heard
he's worth every penny.
Absolutely worth every penny.
But see, if you're going to pay those crazy money, you want performances like what De Bruyne's doing. Do you know? You should be the elite of the elite to get that, not just very good or the best at your club.
400 grand. That's insane, you know, no?
Yeah.
That's basically half a mil a week.
You remember when we was playing Sancho at United, 450 a week or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And man weren't performing 450 a week, you know.
Sanchez
from Arsenal. Remember when he came?
It was more. I think it was closer to 500.
Right there, you go, then. No. 500 grand a week. Come on, man.
How the hell did you get him off the books? You must have had to pay up one piece of cheddar.
Yeah, I think we did.
Well, the thing is, when he was on loan, when he went on loan, remember, because you sent him on loan, didn't you?
Yeah, where did he go?
And then you had to end up. I can't remember what club you put him on loan to, but you had to end up paying.
Paid half. Well, it was more than half, you know. Norm, apparently.
I think it was.
But it was still a good deal for you because you got rid of so much of the wage bill.
Was it Inter Milan?
Something like that. Yeah,
It might have been Inter Milan.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was Inter Milan.
That was the
I don't know why clubs keep doing it. Real Madrid done it with Bale, gave him that crazy contract, and then he's warming bench and said, I think
he was I think he was on something like 600k.
600,
yeah.
And playing more golf than football. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is insane.
It's absolutely crazy.
But the Maguire thing, it bothers me. The Maguire thing bothers me, and you can't blame him. Why would you leave when no one else can pay you that money? Why would you leave Old Trafford? Why would you?
The only reason you would leave is if you want to go and play football. But if you're not really too bothered, then... But,
Chili, I said to Norman earlier that Southgate must have given him assurances that it don't matter. I like you for England. Now, if he gets them assurances, why would he force his agent to find him a move? He wouldn't. Because he knows the move is a pay cut.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one paying Harry Maguire more than 150. Nobody, apart from us. So, and even then, he might not even get 150. He might be on a light 100. If he goes to a mid-table team, Yeah, mate. Or he goes back to
did Aaron Maguire? I might be wrong. Did Aaron Maguire sign a new contract?
Extension? No, I'm not sure. No. It's just Bruno that did one in the summer, and I was saying let that be the manager's choice, and then they were saying that that contract was already agreed before they gave Ten Hag his contract to become Man United manager. So they honoured the Bruno contract extension, even though Ten Hag didn't sanction it. So that was a little bit of with the Man United fans were like, hold on, you put a new manager in. How are you giving him the manager might not fancy him. Now you're giving him a contract that we can't move him on quickly if he wants to move him on. Yeah. And then and I think as well, that's why Ten Hag said, okay, well, if the club doing that, then I'm going to give him the pressure of the captain's armband. Then, okay, you be captain, since they said that you deserve all this money. So that puts pressure on Bruno. Yeah, what's the
according? I mean, if anybody has to do the conversion, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking he's on probably near the 200,000. He's on. This is in dollars. He's on $237,000 per week.
Who's that?
Harry Maguire.
Yeah, so how much? $230,000.
So it's going to be about 200. It's going to be
about 220. No,
220.
220, 215 or whatever. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
So over 200 grand. Like I said, nobody in the Premier League is paying Harry Maguire over 200 grand a week, apart from Manchester United. So, like I say, you can't blame Harry. But this is my thing. As a player, if you've got something about you, a player's got something about them, want to play week in, week out. Like, you're sitting on the bench watching Bruno wearing your captain's armband and getting all the accolades, and you're just sitting there with your hoodie up. Like, the pride in me would say, okay, I'm just not Man United levels. Let me go somewhere and play and prove myself to the league that I'm still a decent defender if I play in a back five. But to sit on the Man United bench on that money, when someone else is wearing your armband, where's your pride in that? That's my thing. Where's your pride?
All I'm saying,
you can buy my pride for 230.
all I'm saying though, if it is true, and we are paying Kai Havertz this kind of money, he better perform.
Bro,
from what I've seen him with Chelsea over the last 3 years, mate, he ain't been good. Yeah, so he better earn this money. That's all I'm saying. And the thing is, it can be a problem. It can be a problem, D. And it can be a problem because the fact that man is going to be going, hang on a minute. I mean, if I'm Saka, and I've just scored you 15 goals.
That's exactly the problem, though, Norman. It's a snowball effect. Everyone's got to be on the manager's door. Everyone, including our better.
And the thing is, though, is that like Saka signs a new contract, and then they pull distant on Havertz.
Yeah.
So now they're saying, well, you just signed me. So he can't even knock the door on him because he's just literally just signed a new contract.
Yeah.
And now he realizes that he's been shortchanged.
So come after the season now.
How can they value my guy, King Kai,
over Saka?
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, nor do I.
Well, apparently he's the highest paid Arsenal player right now.
Because I would be saying to Kai, you can come in, but you're not our main guy. Our main guy is Saka, so you can't get more than our main guy. Exactly, Chili. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just looking at salaries, it's like if you looked at Aubameyang and I see, Aubameyang's on 375. The reason why I know why Aubameyang's on 375 because he got us through whatever he got us through to get us to this point. Yeah, he's the main guy in terms of scoring goals, the captain, and all of that. My man is not even the captain.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you got a player like that demands that money, you got to put the extra responsibility on him. There you go. Then it's captain.
100%. So
and I think that's what Ten Hag did with Bruno to just say, okay, well, while I was signing my contract, you were signing a brand new one without my say so. So since that, here you go, son, captain the team. Then take some pressure off me.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't make a lot of sense at all. But listen, we'll see what happens. I hope that Kai does the business for us. Yeah, he has to know. 100%. He has to. Yeah, he has to. I mean, but I'm glad. I'm glad we've got the timber and Rice deal pretty much over the line, and I know it's been going on a long time because of the pay structure and all of that. But
why
that
are
now seems to
Arsenal
be
trying to go on like that? Why are they? And then I heard Arsenal fans trying to say West Ham are doing something wrong. No, their asset.
Exactly. And I think Craig said it earlier on in the chat that Arsenal have got the money. Yeah. But as D said as well,
that's the annoying thing. All these clubs have got the money to do it.
They've got the money, but I think as D was saying though, because a lot of when you go and buy a player, most times, apart from if you're triggering a buyout clause or whatever,
the release clause,
then or release clause, should I say? Then you pretty much have to pay up the money up front. I'm led to believe, but with a lot of these contracts and fees, they're paid over the period of the contract.
No, that's right. But you can't go in and take. It'd be like Man City coming into Arsenal, taking Saka, saying, we'll give you 150 mil for him, but we're going to pay it over 5 years. That doesn't help Arsenal because you can't go out and replace Saka now because you've not got that money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but most deals and contracts are done over the period. I mean, look, that's why Chelsea. Look at Chelsea.
Yeah, but you're taking their best player. You're taking their best player. So you've got to give them. You can still pay it off, but you've got to give them a nice lump sum up front. You can't be saying we're going to give you the situation next year and for the next 2 years.
Because if you look at it as well, Norm, like if you look at West Ham now, who does West Ham get in right now to replace Rice and to give them that same level of football? That's hard for them because anyone they get in has to be in the 70, 80 million bracket upwards.
Yeah, but
that's right.
But West Ham won't do that. West Ham won't go and buy an £80 million player.
But even if they want to buy a £50 million player, they need the money.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
so
but then if you look at David Moyes, then David Moyes is getting mugged off because the owners have said, "Wow, we've sold him for 105 million." So David's like, "Okay, I need some money to replace him."
That's right.
Here you go. Is it like 30 million? That's not good, is it?
No, they've got to give him more than that. They got. I mean, it was a little bit like remember with Leicester. Look at what happened with Leicester. That's why.
But that's the thing. They can't give him more if you don't pay up. You've got to pay your bills, man.
True. But I think the agreement because they wanted to pay over 5 years. Yeah. So
that's 25. That's 25 mil a year.
And absolutely get that. So what West Ham wanted was for Arsenal to pay the 100 mil in 2 payments over a year. So 50 mil, and then at the end another 50 mil. But they've come to a compromise and they've said, okay, we're going to do it over 2 years. And they will pay 3 payments over those 3 that 2 year period. So if you work out the maths and whatever that will be, you know what I mean? Well, is it still going to be enough to go and get a decent the money that they're going to pay up front? Because the first
maybe
one,
not.
It might not, but at least it's 30, 35 grand million, more than what you were going to give them.
Yes, Asher, what are you saying, Bridget? Yeah,
you can do that. You can do that. The bank will give West Ham the money because you're guaranteed the money from Arsenal. I mean, that's another thing. They can take bank loans out as well.
Why should they take a loan to help you out? No, pay your bills.
No, but listen, every club does it. It's not just Arsenal. So
but Arsenal are trying to come with some long-term 5-year thing for 100 mil.
Chelsea doing the same. Chelsea were doing the same thing.
If you can't afford him, then go and buy someone else. That simple.
It's a real job in that, though, Norm.
Okay, Chelsea bought. Yeah.
Now, if you look at us now, we still owe about 300 million in transfer payments. 300 mil. It's ridiculous.
But it's the same with Chelsea. Chelsea look how much money Chelsea have spent. They ain't paying all that money up front. That's why I think Ez has said they spread their contract. That's why their contract is
Chelsea
one to avoid FFP.
Fool, man. Don't worry about Chelsea.
And 8 years, you know what I mean? They've done it over 8 years.
Someone told me that they should be done for people trafficking.
You know that was. Yeah, here you go.
Mane left Liverpool because the big salary went to Salah instead of him. Yet Liverpool missed which is true. Yeah. And let me just quickly come into this. It's a nice segue into the Liverpool thing. And I was saying in the chat that I said the smoke screen rebuild with Liverpool. They are
Yeah.
building slowly. They've got two players in McAllister, that number 6, and then obviously the Szoboszlai guy, if I say his name right. Again, both of those deals were buyout clauses, so they triggered them. 35 for McAllister, which is a fantastic deal, and then 60 mil.
No one challenged them for McAllister. How? I just don't get our clubs on.
Yeah.
Man's got
I get it, but
release clause, and nobody. No one goes, whoa, hold on, that's not bad. I don't. They had a free run out.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever Liverpool did, they've done well. You know what I mean? Because there was talk. Listen, what happened after the World Cup? Yeah, this guy was on everybody's lips. Yeah, they were quoting 80, 90 million, 100 million. Right. This is what they were quoting. Yeah. So when Liverpool just slipped in there and just found out actually he has got a really good, because they went and started to speak to him. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, no? Tell you what, their director of football knew someone who knew somebody and picked the phone up and said,
that's why Man United need a DOF.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What's going on with your kid? Well, he's got a 35, 36 million euro release clause. Like, try it. And if it's released by one time,
you'll get your pants pulled down. 170 mil for Rice and Havertz. You're having a bubble.
Listen,
do that every window.
We may have got. Listen, it's nice that we get our pants pulled down because we've never spent this kind of money. So one thing I'm happy about. I'm not happy about the fact that we went and got Havertz. Weren't happy about that.
Yeah.
Listen, Arteta wanted Rice, and he was willing to pay that money. Yes, we got our pants pulled down, but the fact is if we had missed out on him, everybody would be coming back at us and saying, "Oh, there you go, Arsenal can't, go in and get a deal over the line."
To be fair, we've got the deal over the line. Cost. West Ham said they want whatever
120. They wanted 120.
How old is he? 24 right now.
Going to get him for 60.
He's 24.
He's 24. Right. So he's 24. England international, West Ham captain. Right. Just those three things alone are going to tell you that this man is going to be 85 million upwards. Just those three things alone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Plus, they're saying we're losing our captain, right? So you got to compensate for that. He's an England international. Yeah. He's under 25 years old. It all goes in West Ham's favour when it comes to you can have him, but this is what he's going to cost you. Yeah. And that's why I think the McAllister business is good business because Liverpool didn't make no noise about it. They were just like, okay, pick the phone up, make a phone call. All right, okay, we want him. Yeah, he's going to start.
That's what Liverpool do, though.
Right,
I remember we were going for Diaz, and they just swooped in. Right. Where they're negotiating, they swooped in and bought the guy.
Yeah, and if you look at Liverpool now, right, like if you take Haaland out the equation, right, Liverpool have the best attacking options as well. So all they had to do really is fix their midfield and maybe get two defenders, a centre back and maybe a right back. You know what I mean? So if you get two centre halves two central midfield players and your right back, you don't have to worry about your attacking options. I think they can rotate 6 front threes. You know what I mean? So they can literally sub 3, put 3 on, and they're still banging goals. And that's scary because the McAllister thing, they shouldn't have had a free run at him. I just think that one of our 3 should have said, hold on, 35 mil. Yeah, let's drop in a cheeky 40 mil bid and push it up. So, Liverpool biggest challenge next season. Yeah,
and that's a question, and that's the question I want to pose you with what they're doing. Revamping their midfield. I think they still need to maybe sort out a couple of defenders.
That's what I said.
I think in terms of their attacking players, I think they've got that sorted out.
If you look at it, Jota, Salah, Nunes,
the other guy,
Cody Gakpo,
and the other guy, the one. What's the other guy that got injured?
There's one missing.
Diaz.
They got 5 or 6 attacking options.
Yeah, Diaz. Yeah,
Diaz.
Yeah, and what let them down last season was their midfield. Yeah, midfield let them down. Right now, they're now adding, Szoboszlai and McAllister. These are
Right.
both young guys. You know, Szoboszlai come from
With
nice.
legs,
We was linked. Yeah, we was linked with him 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we was as a matter of fact, we was linked to him every time the transfer window came up. We was linked with him, and a lot of Arsenal fans wanted him. Yeah, but you know what I mean. We just didn't get him, and he's 22 years old. Hungarian
Oh, that's
captain.
him. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yo, that's the guy. Yeah. Hungarian captain. I mean, again,
good player, absolutely brilliant player.
Nobody challenged them for him.
I know,
and
they triggered the buyout clause, which was 60 mil, and they've got him. He's got 2 players over the line. No hassle. There was no long thing. Yeah,
nothing in the press, nothing on social media. Just get the.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I was saying that Liverpool are doing this little rebuild.
We are social media FC. I hate it.
So I really do
hate
think
it for my club now,
that they will be in the mix. They will be properly in the mix. And as well, WhatsApp seems to think that they will be, the biggest challengers to Man City.
What I'm seeing now, Norm, between them and you, that's what I'm saying. I'm hearing that because City
top 4 is going to be interesting. Top 4 is going to be interesting.
But this year's going to be top 5 because City won City won the Champions League. It's top 5 into Champions League this season, right?
Yeah, you're right there.
But even with that, top 5 is going to be tough if we don't sell our club.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely this season.
Yeah,
the league itself is going to be very, very competitive.
It's going to be wild.
And not only that, I'm not saying it. And not that. I think Tottenham. It depends on what happens with Harry Kane. But I think with the rebuild that Tottenham is having, if Tottenham get rid of a couple of the defenders, as I said, they've been linked with that guy from Wolfsburg, as Chile said. If they get rid of the likes of Sanchez and Dyer, do you know what I mean? And go and get him.
Apparently, Dyer's staying, but everyone else is going.
Is it what's the guy from Wolves? You're looking at him as well.
Wolfsburg. That's and
also from Wolves as well.
See.
Clint. Is it
something
Clint?
Yeah, we're looking at Sober from Leverkusen. Is it Leverkusen?
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a guy. There's a guy, the defender that plays for Wolves.
No, we're looking at the guy from Fulham. What's his name?
What? The midfielder?
No, the defender.
Defender. Oh no, I'm thinking about the midfielder there, defensive midfielder.
I can't think of his name.
He's a defender. I'm trying to think of the player that you're linked with from Wolves. Because the guy you're talking about from Wolfsburg is Mickey van der Ven. Yeah. But you're also linked with.
Actually, they put in for that guy already. The guy from Wolfsburg.
Yeah, they have.
Right.
But I don't know if is it the bid is the bid. I don't think the bid has been accepted though.
Oh right.
And I think it's been. I think they've put in with a bid, but I don't think it's been accepted.
Tosin.
Yeah. Oh, from Wolves?
From Fulham.
What about what? There's a player from Wolves that you're linked with as well. The defender from Wolves.
No one from no Wolves, man.
Is it Clint? Begins with K.
I know the guy that you mean. Let me have a look.
I can't remember his name.
Tottenham need to get rid of the whole team to make a challenge. Up to Asher, man.
he's just
Max Kilman.
Max Kilman,
yeah. But I think Wolves want about 40 million for him.
Asher, is that haterade? Is it bitter? That's all I want to know. Is it bitter?
In general, I think the league itself, and especially for that top 5 now,
next season,
it's going to be interesting. Do you know what I mean? Because I really do think now Liverpool are starting to build. I still think they need to probably deal because with Trent now sort of changing his position and
so they're going to
coming in as an inverted midfield player. Maybe that's what Klopp is going to do. Maybe
Chelsea off. Then you're not interested in Chelsea.
So what's that again?
You
writing Chelsea off for the season?
No,
the thing. Okay,
well, not me anyway. I think
the thing about Chelsea, for the money that Chelsea have spent, let's just get this straight. For the money that Chelsea have spent, right? It's nigh on 600 million. That can now because remember they've spent 600 million. We haven't even added what they've spent.
Right.
Are going to spend now.
But they brought in like 250 mil.
Yeah, but I'm not. Let's forget about net spend, because net spend doesn't determine how good you are as a player, because it's your value of you. So even if I bought you for 100 mil and I sold my player for 50 mil, I still spent 100 mil on you because I value you at that. Yeah. So net spend, it looks good for the accountants because they're sorting out their books and everything.
But that's what they need to worry about, because
FFP, because FFP and all that, and whatever else it is that comes into all of this. But
you have to remember, with those long contracts that he's done, this is why he can play this game, because he's showing what comes off the books every quarter.
But FIFA,
he's not breaking the rules.
UEFA want to stop this though.
I know.
Want to stop this though. You know what I mean? Because they're getting around it that way.
Because all he's doing, Norman, is thinking this how we do it in the American sports. And no other club is doing that in the Premier League apart from Chelsea. And that's why he said, I can get away with that, because all these players are bought in. I'm only paying them this section of their wages in these quarters. I'm not breaking the bank or breaking the FFP rules. Now they're saying, hold on, now he's being a bit cheeky with his 8-year contracts. Let's rein it in. That way no one else can do it. But he's already done it. It's too late. He's already done it. And that's why Ez is just like a Cheshire cat. He's loving it because he knows they can't get done. And they're moving players on as well. Even if you think that the Saudi thing is a bit suspect, where all their players are going to Saudi, it's like, well, you're linked with a guy who's a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? It's a little bit dodgy, but I don't know.
But this, I mean, obviously, I'll say about. I know Chile. Chile was saying, listen, forget Wilson, man. Yeah, forget him. But
literally,
I mean, when you look at Paul Mason was just talking about. Let's just focus just quickly on the Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, and he says this represents poor business from Chelsea. Yeah. Because they've got rid of a lot of players, especially like the people that have come through the academy and stuff like that. The likes of Mason, not Mason, Mount. That's come through the academy. And I've Paul, basically, if you just read there, he says Paul Merson criticises Chelsea for allowing Mason Mount and Kai Havertz to join top 4 rivals, Man United and Arsenal. Sky Sports Football expert believes Chelsea must reinforce squad to challenge this season, and he reiterates impact Harry Kane could have at Stamford Bridge. So he's pushing for Harry Kane to come to Stamford Bridge. I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, but this is my question, Norm. When did Paul Merson become a football expert? You know what I mean? Don't be fucking come on, man. Like, football expert, come on, man.
He does all right on Soccer Saturday. or Gillette Saturday, what it is. So let's just quickly say, because let's be honest, selling Mason Mount and Kai Havertz is not good business from Chelsea. I just don't get it. It makes sense if Chelsea had to bring some money in, but there is no point getting money in at that expense of missing out on the top 4, which itself will lose the club money. Manchester United are also going to be in the mix for the top 4 next season, along with Chelsea. So why would you weaken yourself by selling 2 of your best players to direct rivals? It says Chelsea fans will say Mount and Havertz didn't have a great season last season, which they didn't, but they are proper players who will definitely improve the teams to go. And I could understand if they were sold to Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, but not to these 2 enemies we are going to be fighting, to be where we want to be, just to get the money and keep on buying unproven kids. And that is the thing. And that's maybe why I'm saying that there was a possibility that Chelsea, I know Chile said, well, what about Chelsea? They could possibly miss out. Reason being because they're buying in all these players, and okay, they've got like Chilwell and Reece James and stuff like that, and they've got Thiago at the back, but they've got rid of a lot of players that know Chelsea, and you've brought in a whole load of new players, young players at that, and Pochettino is a half decent manager. We know that Chelsea are building for the future, but I just don't know. I think they might miss out because of the young players they got, and then letting go of 2 key players, even though they didn't have a fantastic season. And
yeah, but no one had a fantastic season there, though, did they? Really? If you look,
no, they didn't.
Yeah, if they finished 12th, then no one had a fantastic season. So maybe that's what he's trying to say, that nobody.
But I think changing.
So why get rid of so many senior players?
But then instead, looking like they did finish 12th at the end of the day. So if the Chelsea people are looking at it and saying, "Look, we need to do a revamp. This guy's not good enough. This guy's not good enough."
Yeah.
Then...
So all right, they finished 12th. They finished 12th last season, and with this big clear out and bringing in complete new players, and maybe they may be left with 3 or 4, especially players that have got experience playing for Chelsea. Do you think that jump from 12th? All right, people will say when Conte came in and took them from, they were 12th or 10th to winning the title. I don't know if Poch has got that in the minerals to do that. I don't think he's got the minerals to take this team
he hasn't done that yet, has he?
Or even challenge. I don't know.
Do you think everyone's got to do it for a first time? Why not?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true.
But do you think, and obviously he's had a go about how Chelsea have
I think that Man City are going to win it again quite easily.
Oh yeah, I think they'll win it again. Yeah. Quite easy. I don't know. I wouldn't say quite easy. I wouldn't say quite easy
because you have to remember there's going to be a level of it can work both ways. You can either say we just want the treble, and now we can kind of just chill. Yeah. Or they can say
they're not going to do that. They're looking to dominate, mate. Trust me. Pepe, what you think Pep's going to let them sit on their laurels? No.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know what I mean. There's got to be a level of like how hungry are these guys now they've won the treble? Because you see Pep, right? Pep wants to emulate Alex Ferguson, so Pep is hungry. Otherwise, he wouldn't sign a new contract. But then what you got to do is flip that your hunger onto that team to say, yeah, you just done the treble. So what? Yeah, you have to almost diminish it to say, so what? You just like that's history. Like let's go again. And if he can motivate them to go again, which I think he can, then they're a problem. Like I say, I think Liverpool and you guys, Norms, will be their biggest challenges because I just think us taking so long to start the club, we're all over the place, mate. And we're gonna go on pre-season. We probably just Everest as our only signing. That's rubbish. And probably only one maybe we may have sold Fred to Fulham, or Fred goes to Saudi and gets some retirement fees. You know what I mean? Like we'd have sold 2 players, got that same squad, and just added Everest. Nah, man, that's not good enough. And maybe the goalkeeper now we don't have a number one. Maybe what's his name? Maybe Anana comes in. So Anana and Everest, and the rest of it is the old squad on big wages that are entitled and that most of them can't get in the starting lineup. So Ten Hag will be scratching his head. So if I finish 5th next season because of what's gone on with these lot not starting the club on time, then I'd have to just take that and still be in Champions League. But I think when you finish 3rd, you're supposed to push on and challenge. But yeah, we're not going to challenge with the way this club's being run right now. With the old regime still there. Yeah. It's just not going to happen. I'm not sitting here with rose-tinted glasses and saying, yeah, because nothing's happened, Norm. We keep hearing it's happening. The deal's done. We'll get the deal done if it's done. I don't want to hear no more about the deal's done. It's tiring. Everybody's exhausted from that, you know? So
yeah. But listen, I want to just finish off with this last one. I've got a couple of minutes. So I've got to head into another meeting. I just want to finish with this last thing from Paul Merson. And I know Chile and you don't really think too much of his opinions. But again, I cannot for the life of me see Kane join Bayern Munich. Why would you get to within 48 goals of Alan Shearer's Premier League scoring record and then go to the Bayern to help them win the Bundesliga for the 97th time on the trot? Why would you go? What for?
For trophies.
Kane, exactly. and you've said it yourself, Chile, yeah? You wouldn't deprive Kane from leave. He's done so much for your club, yeah. But if this is the narrative that they're pushing, then Paul Merson should, Harry Kane should be a winner. He should go on and look at his legacy and say, yes, I might have beaten Alan Shearer's record, but I want to show a trophy for this, yeah.
How many golden boots has he got, Chile? 2. 2 or
I think
3?
it's 3.
Yeah,
3.
he got 3. Yeah. So the golden boot thing is not a thing now. He needs to win. He needs to win something, isn't it? He needs to win.
But when you get things like this coming
The
from,
thing is, though, he can go to Bayern Munich. He's 30. He can go to Bayern Munich for 3 or 4 years, and still come back to the Premiership and break Shearer's record.
Exactly. Yep.
Chelsea just trying to shaft the system and they depend on Saudi to bail them out.
Yep.
I'm just quickly, Chilly Bless Up Star just came back online. Okay. Evelyn, big up H, man.
Yes, H, big up yourself, bro.
Chelsea have
Junior, big up man like Junior.
Chelsea have sold to City. Man U and Arsenal will be out of the top 5. Chelsea have sold to City. Man U and Arsenal will be out of the top 5.
Why is no one talking about Newcastle? Is Newcastle?
Well, there's something to say.
I was about to bring up Newcastle. I was about to bring that up to say that you can't sleep on them, because if their front 4 stay fit this season, because remember their attacking options were limited,
and they've just bought that Tonali guy, haven't they?
You can't sleep on these men still.
Do you see Newcastle? They didn't even go out and spend loads and loads of money. They just got a good manager.
Yeah,
there's a good feel at the club
and a very good director of football. Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, man, it's like a swear word.
I know, and this is what's missing from your club, D. This is what's missing from your club. You know what I mean?
And it's so obvious, Norm. This is so obvious. This whole director of football thing is so obvious. And see what H said there. You have to worry about
you know what? I understand worry to a degree, but I think Newcastle will miss out on top 4 because the fact that they're playing in Champions League. Yeah. And I don't know if they're gonna have the squad. I don't think they're gonna have the squad to do it. Personally speaking. Yeah.
No, but no, if we know.
I know, but you're more experienced.
You're experienced in that.
You got to say, if somebody's used to playing in there, you know what I mean? Yeah, Newcastle have been at the Champions League over 20 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's a long time. So I'm sort of
they were in there under Keegan, right? Was it Keegan that got on there?
Keegan.
Second place finish.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
You know what I mean? So even though they because they will cause problems. Anybody going to their ground, we know they'll cause problems.
Hard place to go, man.
Yeah, I just think that they will probably miss out on top 4. I think they will just miss out on top. Well, I say top 4, top 5 because it's top 5 actually.
Top 5, yeah.
Let's
top
remember
5
that.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Top 5.
If
the 5 is there, it's interesting. It will be interesting to see who does make that.
I think we're gonna have a lot of leapfrogging this season, Norm. I think we're gonna keep seeing each other, and we're gonna oh mate.
But Chilly, I don't know. I don't know whether Man City are gonna run away with it. I don't think
they're going to run away with it, but they won it comfortably this season. 5 points clear. Nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know. But I think especially with Liverpool strengthening now,
it doesn't matter. If Man City win like how they win, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. But Chilly, I know Pep is a fantastic manager. I think they're looking to bring in a defender. They've brought in
cheat codes up front, man.
Kovacic from Chelsea. So we'll see. Yeah, I know they got that geezer up front. Yeah, the robot. So unless he has a little niggle and everything, we'll see what happens. But
did he miss any games for injury this season?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. He didn't. No, which is mad.
Look at that.
I don't think so.
Look at that.
Yeah. But listen,
it's like the dude in the Rocky. It's like the dude in the Rocky movie where you think he's invincible until he becomes invincible just for the movie to play out in the right way. But there's no way that Rocky is beating that brother any day of the week. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? And that's what I say about Holland. You just think, dude, you're a machine, mate. What is this? And I don't know if you saw the Jack Grealish interview, and he was saying that this guy is so rigid. He said I don't know how he lives the way he lives. Because I've got to have a beer, I've got to have some burgers and a greasy whatever. He says, he ain't doing it. He said, we all encourage him. He said, no, I'm good with my salad and my chicken breasts and all that, and my sparkling water. Well, you know what I mean? And he's so dedicated to keeping his body in a certain way that he won't get much injuries unless he gets a bad tackle. I don't see him getting much injuries at all. He's a solid brother. Yeah.
I say, as I say, you know, they're gonna be hard. They're gonna be hard to catch. But I think the season will be more competitive. I will definitely say that.
Yeah,
and I think with us getting in Timber, getting in Rice, and I think we need a out-and-out striker, number 9, to, as I said, to get within a smither of them.
Why
Do you know
don't
what
you
I mean?
buy Harry Kane? He's meant to be an Arsenal fan.
Well, listen, I'm happy to do it because 22 years ago, Sol Campbell came over to us, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And how's that working out for him? How's he living now? My man's living in a cave somewhere.
Yeah, he's a bit mad, isn't he, old Sol Campbell? He's not right here, is he?
I don't know what's happening with Partey. You know, I mean, obviously, the club want decent money for him. Yeah, they want decent money for him. He's talking with Juventus and some of the European clubs. He's also talking with some of the clubs in Saudi. But if we do sell him, I want at least 30 million for him. Do you know what I mean?
How much did you give for him?
How much we buy for him? Oh, 45 mil. Buyout clause. So we had to pay it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that
but listen, people.
Buy, Norman, or
say that again?
Do you think it was a good buy, or?
Well, at the time, yes, because I was well gassed when we got him. But obviously, when he came, injury, sort of, you know, he never got injured. As I said to D earlier on, he never got injured when he played for Atletico Madrid. Soon as he come over to Arsenal, injury problems. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the weather, Norm. It's the weather.
I think we've had the best season we've had from him was this season. I was definitely say the best season we had from him was this season.
Yeah.
Villa, Brighton, Brentford, and Fulham will trip up some of the top teams. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely
especially Villa. Villa can be
moving, you know? Sneaky too, aren't they?
Yeah,
Villa,
man.
Yeah, they're just doing everything under the radar. I think they just bought a winger from Villarreal.
He's a good manager as well, Norm.
Yeah. It's a good manager.
And
that's what I'm saying. The league. I can't wait for it to start, but the league in itself is going to be very, very competitive. I mean, next week we can talk about
Uncle Roy taking over for another year.
Yeah, I was shocked, you know. But fair play to him. I'll take it, mate.
What? 75
like
years old?
Joe Biden thing, D.
But let's hope he doesn't trip down those stairs or nothing like that. But he's 75 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean? 75 years old. But listen, he took over Patrick Vieira. He did the job. Got him out of a. Not. It wasn't. I wouldn't say because when he took over from them, I think they were sitting like 13th. It's just
Norman, people are cussing Tottenham saying that our manager's 57. What the
right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no matter, does it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Turkey, crazy.
You know what? It's probably a case of his missus wants him out of the house. Yeah, go on, Roy. Take another year there, mate. I need you from under my feet. You know what I mean? Like
Roy will be sacked mid-season. Great show. Yeah, listen. On that note, people. Listen, thank you to everybody in chat. Chili, I really appreciate you coming on. And again, belated happy 50th birthday, mate.
Thank you.
Well, listen, you're 50, so celebrate the whole year, bro. Celebrate
the whole year.
Yeah, man. Celebrate the whole year.
Yeah.
How did it go Saturday? How did it go Saturday?
Yeah, it was good. Man. I got Brock up.
You know that ones.
I couldn't make it. I was out in the cotton fields, man.
See. No, all day Sunday I was just out of it, man. I was done.
Okay, well, don't mess up your body, yeah, man. You know, you're 50 now. Take your time now. Yeah, take
you
time.
Pace yourself, bro.
Yeah, take time. Bless H, man.
Yes,
have
a
fantastic evening.
Yeah, man.
Please hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. Yeah, and let's go again next week. Let's see what players we're getting. I mean, D, I hope that, mate, get that sail over the line and you get in some players that you want. Then your number one targets. Can't really see it happening, but you never know.
well, the goalkeeper maybe. After that, I don't see it, man. But go on then. Long live Everest with the number 7 shirt as well, Norm. But then the number 7 shirt now is dead in it.
People, take care. God bless. I've got to go to another meeting. Take care. I'll see you soon. Take care and God bless. All right, then. Let's take this off. Out of here.